How good does it get, SK?
Why not us, Charlie?
Today, live from the Pinecrest Inn, it's the Smylie Show. So long, everybody.
This is the Smylie Show.
All right, guys, happy to be joined by PGA Tour player Ryan Gerard, who has been playing some phenomenal golf now, up inside the top 25 in the world, coming off of 3 straight second-place finishes, dating all the way back to Mauritius back at the end of 2025, earning his spot into the Masters this year. Ryan, again, we've had a couple technical delays, but we were very excited to have you on. And of course, our North Carolina Tar Heel, Charlie Hulme, has got to be at the beginning of this conversation as well.
Thanks for having me. Go Heels. Sorry, Smylie, you're outnumbered tonight, but yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah, I got the text from Ryan as we were organizing this interview that had the go in and the Baton Rouge, the GEAUX, the Go Heels. So we got a little bit of representation at least on that.
Know what it means.
That's right. Ryan, let's start with Carolina stuff because the number one source for information on Ryan Gerard, at least in my world, is Coach DiBattista. And gave him a little ring today. You kind of popped in and cut me off because you were setting the guys up to outplay out of Panther National. Got the whole men's golf team down there right now in Florida, dodging the cold weather here. But I just take me back to the beginning of your relationship with Coach DiBattista, the recruitment process. You obviously went to high school at Ravenscroft and Raleigh. And just, I don't know if you grew up a Tar Heel fan, but how you ended up at UNC.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Coach DiBattista for 14 years now, which is kind of crazy to say, but he was the assistant at North Carolina kind of during my recruiting process. And, I wasn't really a huge UNC fan. My dad went to grad school there, but I would lean UNC over Duke and NC State for sure growing up, but it wasn't like bleeding light blue. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things where I got on campus for the first time and kind of just fell in love with the place, the students, the campus, the golf team, facilities, kind of a little bit of everything. And it was a real easy decision, like immediately, like yes, yeah, where do I sign? So I think I committed like sophomore year of high school and just kind of went with it. And you know, thankfully I played some pretty good golf after that, so they didn't like kick me off the team before I even got there. But it was an awesome kind of just spot in general, and it just so happened to be 30 minutes from my parents' house and made all the sense in the world.
And tell me a little bit about, there are a couple things that I'd love to kind of run back through your Tar Heel career. And the first one is the Mr. Clutch t-shirt. Where did the Mr. Clutch t-shirt come from? What did that sort of represent? I'm told that, look, you have a confidence about you. It's quiet confidence, but there's definitely some confidence there that you can play good golf.
I honestly hope that you weren't wearing that like the first day as a freshman, like when you walked in, like with a Mr. Clutch t-shirt, like watch out, guys. Here
That'd be
comes
great.
Mr. Clutch in the building.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things where I think the Foot Locker commercials were huge back then, and it'd be like James Harden, like step back, like Paul George, like wearing the t-shirt that says Mr. Clutch. So I bought it at like some Foot Locker and was wearing it on campus like early my first semester. And I think Ben Griffin was giving me the hardest time about it. But we'd always do like these chipping contests or putting contests, or I mean, we hit T-balls into like a fairway made of orange construction cones to like do practice for like drills and games and stuff. And I'd always kind of want the ball in my hands last. I'd always want to be that guy. And more often than not, I was pulling it off. So I got to keep the t-shirt, but I think if I had, not performed, they would have confiscated that from me. You can't be wearing a Mr. Clutch t-shirt and missing 4-footers to end practice. So
There's one in particular, one of these drills you're talking about that I thought was amazing because there are two things. One is I was talking to Coach about, can you imagine Ryan Gerard at Carolina with the new practice facility? Like, I don't think he'd ever go to class. He would just be there all the time. But there's a good story that I want you to take me through about Coach was maybe trying to get you guys to see the old facility in a new light and different ways you could be creative with your practice. And tell me about I don't know if it was a short game drill or a wedge drill where there were balls being hit over the Chapman team building to a putting green on the other side.
I love that.
yeah, I mean, we did a couple of those things. We had one of those like PVC swing plane things and we were doing like punch shot drills through this thing, and I fired a 4-iron like right into the side of this PVC pipe swing plane thing, and it just started shattering. And then it was game over from there. Then everyone was just trying to hit the thing instead of hitting it through it or underneath it or whatever. But I think what you're referring to is we were doing like working on like blind approach shots over the building, and it just so happened that it was like a par 3 contest, and I hit this ball over the building to like this pin tucked on the side of our parking lot, and I hooped it. And it gave me maybe irrational confidence because we went out there like the next night or a couple nights later, and we were trying to hit shots up the corner over the top of the building, like kind of where the roof kind of comes in a little bit, and then just up the spine of the roof. And I had a great idea that I thought I could hit a 3-iron from like 40 yards away over this building, and just a groove low, just stuck it right in the siding, like underneath where the building is. There's a golf ball like lodged in the
That happened at LSU too. We have a similar situation that happened. There was a range ball that got stuck because we were trying to slice it around the building to our chipping green. So just so you know, we also did stupid stuff at LSU too. So to make you feel any better.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I will own that one. That was totally on me. But yeah, there's still a golf ball there. If you ever find yourself at UNC's team practice facility, go look for a golf ball stuck just underneath the roof line and some stucco.
That's exactly where I'll be next when I want to go see the guys out there. You can't remove it at this point. It's a piece of memorabilia.
No, you got to keep it there. Hey, Charlie,
Yeah,
by the way, I heard him mention Ben Griffin, and I think he misspoke. Did he mean to say Benny Beats? 'Cause
Yes.
we got Mr. Clutch and Benny Beats on the same team. I mean, you guys rolling up, that's a pretty damn cool team, if you ask me, right away.
I mean, we had Benny Beats, we had, I mean, all sorts of characters on that team. We had an absolute squad. We had uh Prior Fountain. He was Peter Fountain's younger brother, but his nickname was Action P. And then my roommate my freshman year was Party Mace. I mean, we had an absolute just squad of hooligans rolling up to every golf tournament.
What was Benny Beats like? Were his mixes actually like solid? I mean, is it just something that's kind of a footnote, or were you guys really enjoying the music he was producing?
He was good. I mean, he would, gosh, this guy, he bought $1,000 pair of Pioneer CDJs online. He's like sitting in his living room on the couch, like on his school laptop, mixing in songs using like software that we downloaded. Um, he'd buy
Weimar.
like the big, yeah, he'd buy the big karaoke speakers from Best Buy, and then like throw a party and like use the karaoke speaker with the microphone, and then like return it. I mean, we're doing all sorts of
This
stuff.
and the same aviators, hopefully too.
Yeah, the aviators came later. I mean, he was more of a Ray-Bans guy back in the day. I think he was a Club Master guy. But
Guys change, man.
yeah,
Making some money on the PGA Tour and just goes Top Gun on us.
yeah, you say 8 years ago that this guy would have his own line of sunglasses, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. I mean, he's grown up a little bit in front of us. Just
He
a
told
little bit.
he told me to ask you about Steak Wednesdays.
Yeah, so Steak Wednesday is Ben's caddy and I. It started at Valero last year. The steakhouse at the JW Marriott, where all the players stay, is actually the clubhouse of the golf course. And I had like a 4:30 pro am, like the latest pro am, because I was in terrible category coming off the Corn Ferry Tour. So I finished up at 7, and I'm trying to eat before my morning tea time. And Ben's caddy Alex was there. We just ate in the steakhouse, and I finished second that week. So that like the next tournament that we did it was the Zurich, and that was Ben's first win. And we were like, well, now we have to keep doing it.
Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks.
We can capitalize.
We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
They actually play Miami and nobody else. Bum after bum after bum. Now, the key ingredient to this clause, though, Joe, college football undefeated season. Oh, no, wait, Donnie. You undefeated in the regular season, you got to win like 4 games to win that championship. No, you don't. It's regular season. Notre Dame, the kings of duck, and say, hey, we're going to play the easiest schedule ever. They got it.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
They weren't giving it to...
Oh, it's a good point.
They weren't giving it to Nick Bonito. No, but I'm saying Bonito's a great player.
Yeah.
But he's not a household name.
Right.
You know, you survey 100 NFL or 1,000 NFL fans, they're not picking Nick Bonito out of a hat before Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons.
Right.
And that's, you know, when you get down to this award, that's the problem.
Pro Football Today. Only on SportsGrid.
February 7th, Xfinity Mobile Arena.
This is the most entertaining fighting in fighting, man.
Fight fans of Philly! Knucklemania 6 in Philly.
So like if you win, like I don't know.
He didn't get points for that either.
Yeah, I don't know if it's those. Yeah, if you're not a member, you don't get points for the win. But I think it was something to do with like Scottish Open, Barracuda, and ISCO, which now is in Corrales, Punta Cana, maybe. If you play well in those events, like I don't think you get points for them. I don't exactly know how it works, but it's like something to do with the DP World co-sanction because they don't want someone coming over from DP World Tour and just playing good 2 weeks in a row and being like, yeah, I'm a PGA Tour member now. They're like, no, we can't have that.
Well, and the tour is in a good spot. It's just one of my gripes. I talk to Charlie about it all the time. I just say, hey, this is one of my big issues. I don't like special temporary membership because it just a lot of times it doesn't make sense. So I needed to ask a guy who's kind of been through it to get his opinion on it. So thank you for that. And I like what I was saying. The PGA Tour is in a great spot, and it's understandable, especially with your status, being in all the signature events. What did you finish on the FedEx last year? It was in the 40s. Is that right?
39. Just
39
under 30.
Yeah,
for 40.
I know you're right there and close for that Tour Championships. I know this year I'm sure that's a huge goal of yours, but still, like, this was the off season, Ryan. I know you've went through this, don't have to talk about it, but this was the off season where LIV was targeting anybody with a good world ranking. For you choosing the PGA Tour and all this, I know that had to be a bit of a difficult process because nobody's ever come up to me and said like, hey, you have an option to play here or here, but this option is guaranteed something and this isn't guaranteed. For you, like when you look at the PGA Tour and the decision you made to stay on the tour, was it an easy decision?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was one of those where it was kind of like a out of nowhere. Like it was like right after Christmas, I got a call from my agent, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, like live like wants you," and you're like, excuse me, like me, like I'm nobody, like, but and then they sent an offer, like an official offer, and it was like a lot of zeros, and you're like, that's a lot of money, like tens of millions of dollars. And it's
Was it
like,
shocking? Was it just like, what in the
yeah,
world?
it was just kind of like, dude, what? Like, I didn't know if they were like trying to sign new players or like what the deal was. Like you hear rumors like, oh, like Tony Finau is going to go. And it's like, no, he's not. Like I've heard it for 3 years now. Like, oh, Sung Jae. It's like, I don't think so, man. But like you hear rumors and you see people like, oh yeah, like this guy's already signed. Like he's for sure gone. And it's like, you go like talk to like hear something from their agent. Like, yeah, no, like he's never even like thought about it. But it was one of those where like I got an offer that was like a lot of money, and it was kind of like sticker shock value, like, "Oh god, like, that's so many zeros," and, um, it was a pretty easy decision once I really, like, thought about it. Like, I talked to, Jason Gore and a couple other guys that I really trusted, and I got some friendly advice from 1 or 2 of the guys that were already on Live, just like, hey, I feel like I'm in a great spot. I'm in a situation where, I'm in all the signature events. I'm in a couple of the majors. I'm in a really good spot moving forward in my career. I don't play golf for the money. Like
Yeah.
the money is a great, bonus, but like I didn't get into golf for money. Like I got into it because I love the game. I love competing. And I don't think going that route was going to be something that was beneficial for my career and for what I want to do and accomplish long term. But it was kind of like a holy cow, that's like so much money, dude. Like, what do you like? What do you even do? Um, like 18 Lamborghinis, like to be so sick. But no, I made a very easy decision when it came down to it, and
Sure.
I felt very comfortable with that decision. And I can see why a young guy might go. Like, you know, it's hard to get to the PGA Tour. It's hard to have success on the PGA Tour. Like there are standouts every year from 15 years ago to last year that are going to get stuck in the process of trying to be a PGA Tour player or even like a PGA Tour winner. And like if you're coming out of college and you have an opportunity to make life-changing money, like that's not for me to tell you you're wrong to take that. It's more of just everyone's got to make the best decision for themselves. And best decision for me was staying on the
Yeah.
PGA Tour and trying to play some really good golf.
Man, one day when you have grandkids and you tell them, it's like, hey, one day your old grandpa here, he got offered X amount of money to play on this tour, and they're gonna be like, no way, grandpa. I mean, now you got a pretty good story now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one day. What if I told you that Joaquin Neiman won 5 times and wasn't Player of the Year? And, like explaining that in 30 years is gonna be crazy.
Oh my goodness. All right, Charlie, get back in here because can you imagine how many cool putting mats and TVs that Ryan Gerard could have bought if he just would have gone through with it?
I know it's a little bit, it's a hard to stomach that. But I think as you noted, right decision made. And yes, this is now, we have new branding for the segment, Ryan. I guess we're going to call it short-sighted for the time being because
Work in
after,
progress.
yeah, it was called the E9, the emergency 9, but after our second Golf Channel episode, we got a very friendly cease and desist text from Colton Oast and Drew Stoltz, who apparently do that on Subpar. So I
had no idea.
Yeah, no idea. I said, is this on Gravy in the Sleeves or Subpar? It's Subpar. Oh, well, that's on me. Royalties check is in the mail, so just be on the lookout for that. So, all right, but we're going to keep, it's sort of 9 rapid fire lightning round questions, and the place we're going to start, of course, is in Chapel Hill. Favorite place to eat on Franklin Street?
IP3. It's this like old Italian pizza spot. They got the brick wood fired oven. I mean, it is all class. Bunch of cool jerseys hanging up in the rafters. Like it's a really sweet spot.
Great place to watch a game. And also, I can't tell you the amount of naps they got induced from a pepperoni pizza from IP3 and as much Yingling as I could stomach. Those are good times. All right, so second question here. Your dad played golf at FAU. First time you beat him, how old were you?
Like 8 or 9, probably. I mean, we weren't playing from the same tees, so I guess the first time I beat him from the same tees was probably like 12 or 13.
Okay.
But
it's like, damn, Pops, you lost it quick.
Aaron Judge, no stranger to hitting 60 home runs in a season, but we certainly aren't going to put a FanDuel win total or even DraftKings at 60. So Sam, our producer, set it at 55. Aaron Judge will hit 55 plus home runs this year. You going to buy or sell?
All right, Aaron Rodgers here.
Oh, there
Aaron,
he is.
What do you think? What do you think, Aaron? Can you hit 55? Aaron Judge, right? I got it in my head here. 55 is asking a lot, Sam. It's asking a lot. He hit 53 last year, 58 the year before, 37, but that was the year he hurt his toe in Dodger Stadium, and then, of course, 62. I got to sell this. All right, you're asking for just to be 7 home runs off the record? I mean, no, he can't keep doing this every year here. Plus, he does have an injury history there. Over the last 2 years, he's been completely healthy. I'll just say no. Between possibility of an injury, teams waking up and going, nope, not pitching to him. I'll take the under here. Although, as a Yankee fan, he better. He better, because if he don't, Yankees going to be in a lot of trouble.
So I've decided to go by the letter of the law. Sam is not going to like this. Sam is not going to like my answer. Yep. Sam, listen, Sam leaves these little loopholes in the buy or sell. 55 home runs between 55 plus the regular season, postseason, World Baseball Classic, buy. Spring training, buy. Above 55 between spring training, World Baseball Classic, regular season, and postseason. Aaron Judge will hit 55 home runs. He didn't say this season. He didn't say this season. He said this year. The graphic says this year.
Fantasy Sports Today. Friday, starting at 3 p.m. Only on SportsGrid.
Building started happening, and then it just wasn't quite as fun. Because if you weren't landing Tilted Tower and Loot Lake and gosh, what was the other, like Pleasant? Gosh, I mean, takes me back. That was like right around COVID. Man.
I was gonna say, good
Smiley's into it. Yeah,
he really.
Well, then they got me into playing COD, and then that's when we just dropped Hospital. So I'm sure there's some gamers listening like, hell yeah. And then other people are just like, get a life. And I did. I had kids.
A lot less time for it now. Okay, 7, Ryan. Favorite non-golf UNC sporting event you've attended?
I mean, it has to be UNC Duke basketball game.
Did you go to that game in New Orleans?
I didn't go in New Orleans, but I went on a recruiting trip. We played like Duke. That was like the Jaleel Okafor years. I think that was Marcus Page and Joel Berry and like those guys. I mean,
yes.
Dude, it was
just some good teams.
It was just heavyweight on heavyweight in the Dean Dome rocking. I mean, it was pretty sweet.
It's about as good as it gets. Yeah, the Final Four in New Orleans, never gonna be able to top that. That's just a top tier. Okay, number 8, the golf course you've not played that you most want to. I think we briefly touched on this earlier, but
you have in Florida, but now we're opening the map.
Yeah, we're gonna open it up all the way.
Is there another course in Mauritius that you can go back and play now?
There might be. I mean, we'll open the map. I'll go Royal Melbourne. I've heard that place is just elite. Maybe next Australian Open that's there, I'll try and get down there. But I've heard that place is special, and I'd love to play the old course too. But I'm gonna go Royal Melbourne.
Love that. Okay. Wow, that's another that Ludwig, Smylie, and Ryan Gerard.
Now we see the 4th. Jackson.
That's it. Jackson. Love that. Yeah. Okay. 9th and final question here of short-sighted new branding. I believe you had 1 year of overlap with Drake May, so it's very topical. This episode, I believe, is dropping leading into the Super Bowl. Can we get a little prediction on the game from you?
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. The Seahawks are good, man. They're really good. I gotta ride with my guy Drake. I want him to win. I want him to catch that Super Bowl. He is an all-time guy. His brother Luke, all-time guy. I mean, they are Tar Heels through and through. You got to ride with the light blue. So I'm hoping for a Patriots win. That's crazy saying that. And now I have to root for Bill Belichick too. But it's going to be a low scoring one, maybe like 17-14. So
Okay. All right.
like
Book it
that.
right there, folks.
Book it. You heard it here first.
That was my fantasy football quarterback you're talking about too, Drake May. That guy.
That's right.
That guy carried me to a 7th place finish in my league this year.
Hey, that's not last. That's all that matters. It's not last.
Yeah, there's currently a guy playing on the PGA Tour that managed to do that. Actually, that was last year. Jordan finished last year, which he did as fantasy punishment. It was hilarious. And yeah, actually AV, which by the way, I texted him when we asked him the chess question. And AV plays. He said he was around a 1280 rapid and 950 blitz with chess. Is that kind of in that 2 handicap range? Could y'all play and have a good match?
I would say that he's a little bit worse than 2. He's probably like in that 5 range. Like he can play, but he's not setting traps for anyone. Like, I would say he's the guy in the pro-am that, just hits it in the fairway, gets it near the front of the green, makes 15 pars and like a couple doubles. And you're like,
AV's got a mouth on him though, so that has to help a little bit in this, because like the 1v1 thing, he'll just get you distracted on something. So we actually might have to set that up, and so that the Smylie Show will go against Ryan Gerard. We're already doing cribs.
It'll be cribs.
And now we got a chess
It'll
match.
be the chess tournament to raise money for the meat sweats for
the gout.
That's right. It all comes together. That's right.
And we'll play on a real board, so I can like do like the hustler moves where I like take the piece when he's not looking, like the guys in New York do. Yeah, it's great.
Yes,
I love it.
All right, well, we've taken up a ton of your time. Sorry about the technical difficulties early, but this thing, we got to the end. It was a great interview. The only thing we have to ask you for though, you kind of got this thing going where you're playing really good golf. So if you accidentally play really good golf again and win, we need you for like 5 minutes, because that's just not fair to us. So that's the only thing we ask. If you're okay with that.
That's more than okay.
Before this comes out.
I'll do you one better. If I win, I'll credit Smylie and Charlie for the win on 18 green. How about that?
Well said.
That's
you know what?
fantastic.
About time somebody gets it. They come on this thing and they realize how important it is and how it could be a bump. So maybe this is the little bump we needed to get the win.
Now we're talking. All
right, buddy. We'll go get them this week. A lot of fun this episode, and we're gonna have to do this again. This is way too much fun.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all.
I listen to this podcast. It's really cool. And
all of our lovely fans and subscribers, but make sure you like and subscribe.
It's cool to see what you guys are doing. I know golf fans appreciate it, but we do too, so please keep it up.
For all the good people at YouTube, like and subscribe.
Saturday, February 7th, Conor McGregor will be in the building for Knuckle Mania 6. In the main event, heavyweights collide as champ Ben Rothwell defends against Andrei Arlovski. In the co-main event, we find out who's the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. It's Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt versus Dave Redneck Mundell. Plus, a heated rematch ignites as Tony Loco Soto runs it back with Ben the Bomber Bonner. And the women bring pure intensity as Jade Massam Wong faces Crystal the Rugged Beauty Pittman. For how to watch live, go to bkfc.com for more info.
How about selling it to a minority ownership group that could show the NFL is moving in the right direction? Hey, it's one thing to talk about black coaches in the National Football League. It's one thing to talk about black general managers. It's another thing to start talking about a minority owner owning the football team.
Outspoken with Dan Cilio. Only on SportsGrid.
Gosh, I really do like the storylines with these open field events. Like I want us to expand these signature events to bigger fields, because I really do like the Joel Damon story, the Andrew Putnam story. It's part of the PGA Tour and what makes it so good. So I don't know where they're going to eventually end up on all of this.
The Smylie Show, only on SportsGrid.
They cheated.
No, they're not saying that. Well, they're not, but they're not really giving a reason on Kraft.
The only two of the voters I've seen, maybe it's more, came out and said why they didn't vote for him. And they said, I'm limited to 3 votes.
Yeah.
And I will always pick a player over a coach or an owner.
Right.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy saying, I'm not afraid of you knowing who I picked. I'm going to tell you why I picked him.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.